First Flight is written by Liam O'Flaherty. He begins in 1896 and ends in 1984. He was an Irish novelist and short story writer and a major figure in the Irish literary renaissance. Renaissance means revival. He was a founding member of the Communist Party of Ireland, a native Irish speaker from the Gaeltacht. Gaeltacht means Irish language origin. O'Flaherty wrote almost exclusively in English, except for a small number of short stories in the Irish language. Exclusively means entirely. That means he wrote most of his works in English language. Similarly, some other wrote in his mother tongue. He spent most of his time in traveling and lived comfortably and quietly outside the spotlight. Spotlight means limelight. Most of the time, he went outside and wrote his works in limelight only. He was a true parable about overcoming fears in life. Every journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a single step. His first point is having courage, independence, and self confidence. Courage means bold, confidence means hope. His story is about a young seagull who is afraid to fly. All his younger siblings, despite their much shorter wings, flew fearlessly, while he couldn't gather the courage to trust his own wings. Siblings means brother and sisters. Trust means confident. A young seagull who is on its stage of learning how to fly. It also deals with the theme of how to overcome fears and move forward. And also, it shows the need for motivation to reach our goals. Motivation means incentive. Goals means target. The significance of his first flight is that he gains heart and get victory over his terror. Victory means win. Terror means great fear. When he feels supporting power of his wings, he is overjoyed. He becomes independent and his first flight encourages him to enjoy life. Now let us come to the lesson. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. That means young seagull was solo on his ledge. Ledge means sill or reef. His siblings had flown away the day before. That means they are flying before the days. He had been afraid to fly with them. He had been afraid to fly with them. He feared to fly with his siblings. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. When he took a little run forward to the lip of the ledge, he beat his wings, he became afraid. The great expanse of sea stretched down beneath, and it was such a long way down, miles down. A large open area sea extended, so he feared. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. So he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. He thought that his wings wouldn't support to fly. So he went to his nest and to take rest at whole night. Even when each of his brothers and his little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his own, ran to the brink, flapped their wings, and flew away, he failed to muster up courage to take that plunge which appeared to him so desperate. Even when his siblings have same age and wings, they were ran to the brink, agitated the wings, and flew away. He hasn't hoped to get up to take the dive because he is hopeless. Flapped means agitated. Must have means get up. Plunge means dive or jump. Desperate means hopeless. His father and mother had come around calling to him shrilly, scolding him, threatening to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away. But for the life of him, he couldn't move. His parents came to him to make piercing voice to scold and warn to whenever you become dying hunger. Then only he liked to fly. Shrill means piercing voice. Threatening means menacing or frightening. Starve means dying hunger. That was 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near him. That means 24 hours passed, nobody come to meet him. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sisters, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. The day before the yesterday, his parents teach his siblings how to fly and how to take off and how to waves and how to dive for fish. He had in fact seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it, standing on a rock while his parents circled around raising a proud cackle. In fact, his older brother catch his first herring. Herring means a long silver fish and quickly eat and standing on a rock. He watched his parents circled around a cackle. Cackle means a cry of hen. And all the morning, the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, laughing at his cowardice. The next day, his parents and his siblings went to other opposite cliff and looked out to laughing at his cowardice. Cliffy means precipice. Cowarding means faint-heartedness or timidity. The sun was now ascending the sky, blazing warmly on his sledge that faced the south. He felt that the heat because he hadn't eaten since the previous nightfall. The sun was come to the sky, blazing means burning or flaming. He faced that south. He felt so heat because he hadn't eaten. He didn't eat before days. So he begins eat before days. So he's so tired. Then he had found a dried piece of mackerel's tails at the far end of its ledge. Mackerels means one kind of fish. Now there was not a single scrap of food left. He had searched every inch, rooting among the rough, dirt-capped straw nest where he and his brothers and sister had been hatched. Now that he was not a single scrap of food left, is not a single piece of food left that place. He had searched here and there, but nobody to he'd find out. Finally, he even find out a piece of eggshell. So to eat that, to chew that eggshell. That is the final food for him. It was like that eating a part of himself. He then trotted back and forth from one end of the ledge to the other, his long grey legs stepping daintily, trying to find some means of reaching his parents without having to fly. Trotted means ran. He then ran front and back to one end of the ledge to the other with his softly grey legs. He needed to reach his parents without to fly. Daintily means softly. But on each side of him, the ledge ended in a sheer fall of precipice with a sea beneath. And between him and his parents, there was a deep wide crack. But each ledge ended with a mere fall of rock face in the sea level. The distance between him and his parents have a deep wide crack. Precipice means rock face. Sheer means mere. Surely he could reach them without flying if he could only move northwards along the cliffy face. If he moved to northwards, then only he reached his parents' place. But then on what could he walk? There was no ledge, and he was not a fly, and above him he could see nothing. The precipice was sheer, and the top of it was perhaps farther away than the sea beneath him. But the cliff has rock face and mere. Without flying, he couldn't reach his parents' place because both have long distance. He stepped slowly out to the brink of the ledge and standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wing. He closed one eye then the other, and pretended to be falling asleep. He stepped slowly out to the lip of the ledge. He stepped slowly out of the lip of the ledge and standing on one leg. He slowly went out the lip of the ledge and standing with one leg and closed with one eye to acting to be falling asleep and to notice what his family to do. His siblings lying on the plateau to sleep lightly. His siblings lying on the plateau to sleep lightly. Brink means sleep. Pretend means acting or concealed. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau, dozing to sleep lightly. His paw was preening the feathers on his white back. Only his mother was looking at him. His paw was cleaning his feathers on his white back. Only his mother was watching to him what he do. She was standing on a little high hump on the plateau, her white breast thrust forward. Now and again she tore at a piece of fish that lay at her feet and then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. She stood on a little high lamp means high pump on the plateau, and she cut a piece of fish and she racked it her beak on the rock. Hump means bump, tore means cut, scrapped means racked. The sight of the food maddened him. How he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to wet it. Wet means serpent. This sight he felt with hunger. Then he should need to tear the food, so he sharpened his beak to become ready to eat. He uttered a low cackle. His mother cackled too and looked at him. So and so, to make cackle or emit a loud. Ga ga ga, he cried, begging her to bring him over some food. He pleaded with her the food. She squinted to mock, and she looked sadly within a minute. But he kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so he uttered a joyful scream. Plaintively means sadly or sorrowfully. Begging means plead with. Screamed means squealed. His mother had picked up a piece of fish and was flying across to him with it. Because his mom picked up a piece of fish and to fly across to him. He leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as he flew across. He reclined, overjoyed, and tipped the rock with her feet and ready to get the food. Tapping means tripped. Leaned means reclined. But when she was just opposite to him, abreast of the ledge, she halted, her legs hanging limp, her wings motionless, the piece of fish in her beak almost within reach of his beak. Abreast means in a row. Halted means stopped. But when she was opposite to him, in a row of the ledge, she stopped her legs and wings, motionless with a piece of fish almost to reach of his beak. He waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she didn't come nearer, and then maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. He waited a moment and wondered why she couldn't come near, and he can't control his hunger, so he dived at the fish. With a loud scream, he fell outwards and downwards into space. His mother had swooped upwards. He made a loud scream to fell upwards and downwards into space. Both were flying up and down. As he flew, he heard the sound of her wings. Swish means sound. Swooped means to move very quickly. Then a monstrous terror seized him and his heart stood still. He could hear nothing, but it only lasted a moment. At the time, he felt a ghastly great fear, so his heart to stand, and he couldn't hear anything. Monstrous means ghastly. Terror means great fear. He felt his wings spread outwards. The wind rustled against his breast feathers, then under his stomach and against his wings. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. At the moment he felt his wings laid and cutting through the air. He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. He was no longer afraid. He was not falling to dive now. He was take up step by step to fly up and down without fear. Headlong means diving. Soaring means take off. He just felt a bit dizzy. Dizzy means faint. Then he flapped his wings once and he soared upwards. He just felt a bit faint. Then afterwards he flew upwards. He uttered a joyous scream and flapped them again. He soared higher. He raised his breast and banked against the wind. Ga ga ga, ga ga ga, galoo, oh. He made a joyous scream and wagged. He take up higher to higher and raised his chest and piled against the wind and to make joyful sound. Flapped means wagged. Soared means take off. Banked means piled. Breast means chest. His mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream. Then his father flew over his scream. Then he saw his two brothers and sister flying around him, soaring and diving. His parents and siblings were flew around with scream and to soar and dive. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly and commenced to dive and soar, shrieking shrilly. Then he totally forgot he can't to fly and began to dive and soar to scream and shrilly. Shrieking means screaming. Commenced means began. Shrilly means high pitched. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it, facing out over the ocean. Now he was near the sea and began to fly over the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him with little ridges moving over it. He saw a huge green sea under him with little hill moving over it. Vast means huge. Ridges means hill. He turned his beak sideways and crowed amusedly. His parents and his brothers and sister had landed on this green floor in front of him. His family members were landed and gesturing and calling. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly. Beckoning means gesturing. He dropped his legs to stand on the green sea. His legs sank into it. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping his wings. He stood on the green sea. His legs and the breast sank into it. He called out that because he so tired. But he was tired and weak with hunger and he could not rise exhausted. By the strange exercise, his feet sank into the green sea and then his belly touched it and he sank no further. He called out that because he's so tired and weak, then he floating and around him. His family was calling and applauding him. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, and their pigs were offering him scraps of dog face. His family was howling and applauding him and praising him a piece of dog face. He had made his first flight. He made his first flight. The moral of this lesson is necessity is the mother of invention, but it sometimes need an initial spark from outside. Thank you.